Hey there and welcome back. If you have the goat in your BaZi chart, whether it's in your year, day, month or hour pillar, this video is especially for you. Now 2024 may have felt like a breath of fresh air. You probably had a fair share of support, guidance and moments where things just clicked. But 2025, well, it's a different kind of year. It is less about being carried and more about carving your own clarity. It is going to be emotional at times, yes, but it can also be deeply empowering if you're willing to look inward and do the work. If you're meeting for the first time, hi, I am Jayashree Bose, founder of the Geo Principles and TND Run Academy. I have spent over 2 decades guiding professionals, business owners, and spiritual seekers through the lens of BaZi, Chimendunjia, I Ching, Zari, and Feng Shui. Now, today we are talking about the goat sign in 2025. Now, before we go further, download your BaZi chart by visiting www.tndrunacademy.com/BaZi-calculator-app so you can see where the goat appears in your chart. If you already have your BaZi chart, that's great. If you don't, just pause the video, go down to the description and click on the link to download your chart. Welcome back. Now here is something important to remember before I go on. When you consciously activate the energy of the auspicious stars which are found in the goat sign this year, it can soften or even neutralize the negative effects of the inauspicious ones. In other words, lead with light and the shadows will not take over. Alright, so now let's talk about the one and only auspicious star visiting the goat sign in 2025. It's the bright hall. So basically, let us begin with some brightness, literally. Alright, you have the bright hall star this year, which basically means people are watching. You are lit up. Alright, bright hall, which means that people can see you, see what you're doing, and the spotlight is on. In period 9, visibility is currency. So what are you going to do with it? Is a big question, right? This is your moment to rise. Whether that means showing up more boldly in your career, finally launching that thing that you have been sitting on, or simply allowing yourself to be seen, don't let self-doubt dim your glow. Because remember, bright heart, that is the only auspicious star that you have. And like I said, you need to activate your auspicious star so that the inauspicious stars don't overtake you. Okay, so the inauspicious stars or the challenges that you have are the leopard tail, the moon Shah, the funeral door, earth funeral, great Shah, and flying chase. Now, what is going to happen? Well, emotional waves, and you have to navigate through the rough waters. Of course, you have to remember, no year is ever just smooth sailing, right? With stars like leopard tail showing up, communication could get a little messy. You might find yourself snapping more than usual, or it could feel like others are constantly misunderstanding you. So communication gap is there, misunderstanding is there. So when that happens, what should you do? Pause, breathe, and then ask yourself, is this really worth reacting to? Most of the time, clarity comes when we step back. Now, let's talk about Moon Shah. Okay, now Moon Shah means you need to look inward. Okay, a star many people don't like, but honestly, I think it's underrated. Okay, this is basically, I would say, it's your soul work. All right, it invites you to slow down, reflect, journal, meditate, observe. So you do not need to fix everything or everyone, but you do need to understand your own patterns, especially the ones you keep repeating unconsciously. Use this year to ask yourself, why am I reacting this way? Previous one with the leopard tail, you were asking, is it worth reacting? Now you're asking yourself, why am I reacting this way? What am I still holding on to? Who or what am I still trying to please? Let Moon Shah help you come home to yourself. Now, funeral door and earth funeral, basically, I know, funeral, they sound very heavy. And yes, they do bring endings, but not yours. Okay. Now, and also remember, not all endings are tragic. Some are simply overdue. Now, whether it's a role, a friendship, an old version of you, it's okay to say, I'm done. All right. I'm moving on. So that also is funeral. Remember, you're feeling something. Something is dying off. Now, all death doesn't have to be tragic, like I said. And more importantly, what you need to remember is, I am ready to begin again. Okay. So this year, protect your emotional space, grieve what needs grieving, release what no longer serves you. Now, let's look at the quote in different pillars. Now, the year pillar basically represents your social circle, your industry, your public life, extended networks, your business associates, school friends, and also your super boss. All right. So, if you find the quote in the year pillar, then you may find yourself in the spotlight. Okay, intentionally or unintentionally, you could find yourself in the spotlight, and this could be a time when your name gets noticed in your industry, your community, or even online. You might receive an invitation for meetups or conferences or summits. Do attend, do network, do show up. All right, just because the quote is here doesn't mean everybody is going to notice you. Yeah, you are not Angelina Jolie, or you are not even Brad Pitt. Okay, so that everybody is going to notice you. All right, so show up. That's the thing. The idea is to show up. Any invitation you get, show up and be ready. If you are somebody who's a freelancer, or who's working, has their own business, have your elevator pitch ready so that anybody asks you, you are ready to go. All right, and what should you focus on this year? Building a public image, obviously, yeah, and build your credibility as well. Learn to navigate attention, both good and bad. Remember all the inauspicious stuff. So some communication issues might be there. All right. Clear communication. Okay, that is necessary. If you don't know how to communicate well, then do take up some courses so that you learn how to communicate well. Stay calm even under scrutiny. And what could happen is, you might go viral. You will gain recognition, or you could find yourself caught up in public opinion. If you are active on social media, be extra mindful. Arguments, misinterpretations, misunderstandings, or even online drama are real possibilities this year. So use your voice wisely. Now let's look at the goat in the month pillar. So the month pillar basically relates to career, business, relationship with bosses, colleagues, parents. It also represents leadership and your work environment. All right. So if your month pillar holds the quote, your work life is where things may feel most intense, or you might carry more responsibility without much reward, at least not right away. Okay. So basically at work, you're collecting the brownie points. Now, what do you need to focus on? Remember, clear communication with your bosses, or more than your bosses, I would say clear communication in the workplace, and clear communication with your extended family, clear communication with your parents. All right. Now, professional boundaries and energy management is extremely important. Stepping into leadership without burnout. Now, what are the things that could happen? Restructuring or office politics may pop up. There could be family politics as well. Misunderstandings or miscommunication could lead to tension among co-workers. Now, same thing could happen with your extended family. However, there's a great way to get over this. Maintain grace even under pressure, and stick to your values. Stick to your principles. Yeah, your leadership will shine through and others will notice. Now, let's look at the quote in the day branch. Now, the day branch represents your personal life, okay, your inner self, your relationship with your spouse or family members who live with you. It also represents your physical body, okay. Now, this is where the stars get personal. Now, if the goat is in your day pillar, your closest relationship, especially romantic or family ones, may feel emotionally loaded this year. In the sense, like, you might think, okay, this is too much. I cannot take this. There could be a few deaths in the family, as in people who are supposed to pass on. have passed on, and that could also make you feel a little bit emotionally, you could be grieving emotionally. Now, what should you focus on? Number one, focus on open, honest conversation with your partner. Very important. Emotional support should be both given and received. Now, remember Moonsha? So, therefore, journaling, therapy, self work, explore your deeper feelings. All right. What could happen is that there could be a growing emotional distance in your relationship. Now, if you do not resolve that and things are left unspoken, small arguments may build up into a big thing. All right. Basically, you'll make a mountain out of a molehill if not addressed gently. So remember, be gentle, be calm, all right? And on the flip side, this can also be a powerful year for healing and reconnecting with your partner if you both show up with heart and humility. Now, let's look at the goat in the hour pillar. Okay, here hour is written. Now, hour pillar represents your investments. It represents your children, your juniors, your ideas, your thoughts, your old products or products that you are developing. It also represents your investments and long-term dreams. Now, if the goat falls in your hour pillar, then emotional and mental weight of 2025 may affect your thinking and long-term decision. This is also where your interactions with your juniors, your kids, okay, your mentees, these are highlighted, as in you could have miscommunication and misunderstanding with them. You could feel that, they are a burden instead of helping you out. So again, remember, 8 inauspicious star, only 1 auspicious star. So what should you focus on so that you don't feel all those negativity? Basically, you need to slow down, okay? Slow down what? Slow down your decision-making process. Practice emotional discipline in your thoughts and your finances. Don't make any emotional decisions while making your investments. Don't be hasty. All right? Absolutely no rush. Breathe in, breathe out, slow down. Okay? Cultivate calmness, open communication with younger people. All right? Remember, communication is the key. Ask them, have they understood what you're saying? If not, explain again. All right? Now, you might experience self-doubt, overthinking, or second-guessing with your investments, both financial and emotional. There could be misunderstandings with your children and your team, but if you are mindful, then that will not be an issue. Remember, be calm, be confident, listen before opening your mouth, okay? And the next generation will appreciate you for it. So how do you move through 2025 with grace, clarity, and strength? Okay, now let me share a couple of steps for you. Own the spotlight. You are being seen, so therefore step forward with intention, not fear. Speak with awareness. Misunderstandings are likely, so listen more and react less. Speak to connect, not to defend. And then reflect before you react. Okay, remember Moonsha? Let it guide you. Journal, meditate, choose inner clarity over outward chaos. Set loving boundaries. You do not have to fix everyone. Protect your energy lovingly and firmly. Let go where you must. Not all things are meant to stay. What you release makes space for what comes next. Be mindful with money and energy. Avoid risky investments. Stay connected to the right people. Now, remember, not everyone deserves a front row seat in your life. Okay, so stay connected with the right people. Now, before I continue, I have a free gift for you, Align 2025 Playbook. This is to help you stay aligned and informed all year long. Download the book, Align 2025 Playbook, by visiting www.geo-principles.com/Align Playbook. I have also shared the link in the description below. This playbook is packed with feng shui and BaZi tips to help you make the most of 2025. Quick recap for the goat sign. You don't need to get it all right. You just need to keep showing up with heart and with clarity. This year, your peace will be your power, your stillness will be your strength, and your growth is going to be your quiet revolution. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe if this helped you. If you have any questions or would like to share your thoughts, then do leave your comments below. And I will see you in the next video. Until then, stay grounded, stay clear, and keep growing.